It just shows when some citizens want to get something done, they can get it done. And I definitely will be supporting this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Booker. I'd like to thank Mayor Kirk for having the presence to say no thank you to people who are water is one of the most important assets in the city. So I too will be supporting this evening. I'd also like to single out, if I may, I've been working very closely with Ross Frontier and with Russell Fox. And to you, I salute you. Thank you very much.
Councilor Toby.
Yes.
Councilor Berger.
Yes.
Councilor Warnock.
Yes.
Councilor Salino.
Yes.
Councilor Kukaroo.
Yes.
Councilor Hardy.
Yes.
Councilor McGarry.
Yes.
Councilor McCain.
Yes.
Councilor Taken.
Yes.
Passes unanimously 9-0.
Very happy occasion this evening to see what happened here with the unanimous vote in favor of this ordinance. It's a historic moment for the city of Gloucester, historic moment for all of us to be able to control our water, which you would think is a natural right, and it is.
I am so proud of everybody who has helped bring this fight to the city government, and I want to thank the city government for their tremendous support after they realized what we were really doing and how we researched and how we brought forth the evidence. And we got to keep our government moving forward for a referendum vote to nail this ordinance tightly to our city government, and for a home rule petition to the state. That will be our biggest battle. We got to convince the state that water is a human right, and we can't let anybody take that away from us. No one, no government, no multinational corporation, no one. It is our right.
It's a tremendous show of support tonight, and we're really grateful to the City Council coming on board with us, and they're going to be working with us, and we look forward to working with them. And it's vital that we reach out and educate the rest of the citizenry. It is essential for us to realize the peril that our water supply is in. I mean, 6 months ago, I didn't have a clue that there was any danger at all about selling our water to a private company. But they've been doing it all over the world, and it's a dangerous thing. People have had to fight for their rights to drink water, and literally people have lost their lives in other parts of the world by these same corporations that are seeking to suck up the water from us today. Get educated and support us. This is going to be a long battle, and we need as many of our citizens behind us as possible. Go to www.whodecides.net. Find out what we're all about, and come help and join us, would you please? Thank you.
The fight is not over. The fight is just beginning. We urge all citizens to join us.
My name is Carmine Gorga. I would like to extend my thanks to all people who form Who Decides and the council. This has been a historic night tonight, as Doug has said. Alone, we count for nothing. Together, we might be able to do something. If we can do it in Gloucester, remember, we can do it anywhere.
Hi, I'm Marsha Perkins of Sadler Street in Gloucester. I got to see city government work tonight in the spirit of town meeting. It's so good to see people come together over such an important issue. Water, to me, is like air. You have as much right to water as you do to air. I don't want anybody to own my air, and I certainly don't want them to own my water. I believe that the people that are drinking the water need to have control of it, and that's what we're doing here with this first step.
This effort is no doubt going to go forward in the state of Massachusetts the way it has taken off in the state of New Hampshire, where I live, and in the state of Maine, where people have woken up to the fact that we are the governed, and with our consent, we can move forward in a positive direction. Thank you.
I'm really impressed. I mean, the advocacy through the group Who Decides. And I thought, you know what? for the first time, at least since I've been the mayor, I thought we should have a signing ceremony. To have this vote come back to my office with a unanimous vote of the city council is really just something to celebrate, and I want to recognize you all for that, and thank you. Roz, I know that you were the bird dog on this, and I kept saying, Roz, call Jackie Hardy. The advocacy that this organization showed is tremendous, so I want to thank Roz especially. All right, so I am signing. And this is the first day of November 2010. Here we go. This really does rise to that level of significance. It is a historic vote. I don't know if it's the first vote in a community in Massachusetts. You guys would know better.
Yes.
It is.
Seems, yes.
Pardon?
Gail, sure.
I mean, it was, in this, I'm so glad that this is one thing that we're ahead of. We're not fighting it. Because usually so often we're in the situation of where you're trying to fend something off. And so this is very proactive and way ahead of sort of a David and Goliath battle, which is, I think, what it turns into in other communities.
Through all my research, every city and town that's been written about has been fighting off the corporations. They already got their foothold in the door. So Gloucester is probably I would go out on a limb and say they're the first city to be proactive to keep them outside of getting a grip on our water system. And it's more important because we trust this mayor and this city council, but this ordinance protects the citizens of Gloucester from future mayors and future city councilors who may be more apt or prone to partner with a private company.
Absolutely.
But I just may add and caution everyone that this is just step one in the process, and that the real fight is yet ahead of us, and it will take this whole community to unite in order to get beyond a pledge from our city council to potentially preempt the state and to overturn our charter. That's where the fight will begin. That's where the fight will begin, not end. And these companies have been relentless with our fishing industry. They will continue to come back and try to take over the water by land and by sea. So we have a double jeopardy here in Gloucester by the sea, and we need to continue that vigilance. So the support must continue, and we must continue to work together.
We are not against corporations. We are only against those corporations that want to purchase common goods. Whenever they purchase and they manufacture private goods, good luck to them. We are for those corporations. We are for efficiency, we are for everything, management and so on and so forth. But we have mixed the issues, and we have forgotten that there are three goods. One is private goods, the other is public goods, and then there are the common goods. Water is one, fisheries is another, and so on and so forth.
And I was sitting there, and my husband said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm looking at an historic moment in our city." And I said, "And I really feel," and I was crying, and I said, "I am now." And I said, "It's generations to come. I think my great-great-grandchildren may be able to say, my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother was on city council when this was done." You know, and it's something that will stay in our city forever. Hopefully, we have more things to do.
It's got to get, buttoned down.
But this was a momentous occasion for us.
This is community at its best, and it's teamwork. I thank you all.
I want to thank the people of Gloucester for supporting this ordinance. It's been a year in the making. Several years of research behind it. There's a lot of hardworking citizens, your neighbors, your friends, your family members who are continuing to work really hard to protect our water supply. Selling water on Wall Street is not the way to go. Water belongs to the people. You know, water is universal, and we're all shareholders in that. The United Nations actually had a historical vote of their own, which basically says that water is a basic human right. You cannot live without water. And we want to ensure that we're carrying on in that tradition here as well in Gloucester.
And this ordinance passed the City Council with a full vote, which is amazing, and a full endorsement to continue on with a three-pronged approach. One was the ordinance. The second is a home rule petition to the state, which will help us change the charter. So the mayor and the city council would not have the authority to sell off our water supply. Let the people decide if they want to sell off their water supply. And the third thing is a referendum vote on a local election in this year's 2011 election. If we can get the city council to draft that language, to put it on the ballot, and let the people vote. And that will be the third step to securing this effort to stop any future sale of our water. Councilor at-large Bruce Tovey said it right. We don't need those companies to fix our water system. We can do it ourselves.
These people are very good at this, what they do. They're very subtle, they've stayed below the radar, and they're getting a huge percentage of the potable water in the world right now. And the more they get, the more control they have. They're going to have more power than the oil barons. These are the water barons. I mean, they've been sucking water out of reservoirs, running local towns, streams and stuff dry. They're taking water out of the Great Lakes and shipping it over to China now. We've got some really good people working on this. It's not often, we get to give back in some small way, to future generations. And we need the support of all the citizens so that when this goes on the ballot on election day, the citizens go along and say, hey, let's protect our water, not just for us, not just for our own water rates, but for our children's rates and their children's rate.
If we each express ourselves by contacting our representatives and letting them know how we feel, writing to them, writing a letter or emailing or visiting with them, they will understand how much support there is for this particular issue. Nothing takes the place of your voice. You are the most important factor in this to make it a successful outcome.